lost the track. Of 2021, after many years of searching, I was able to purchase a remote property deep in the mountains of Western Canada. I've recently decided to quit my job, move here full-time, and see if I can survive solely on a YouTube income. With no neighbors, very difficult access, endless wilderness, and a river that runs through it all, I couldn't be happier with this newfound freedom. Follow along with me for this challenging journey while I try to create a livable space in this unforgiving yet beautiful, vast wilderness. Good morning. Time to move the Starlink satellite dish and the big Blue Eddy battery back over to this side of the river. So you kind of see the most open area on this side of the river is up there. Then as you get closer to the house, or over there, or up there, or over there, those trees interfere. And you can see next to the house they get much taller. You'd have to go 4 times higher than this here to get the same signal over there. Rained a bit last night, the water really came up, so I must have been really sleeping hard because it came up quite a bit. I didn't hear anything though. Over there the water's going that way. Here it's going that way. I could just stay here all day if I don't paddle. Ideally, I would bring that boat over to this side, load it up, bring it back. Extremely difficult. It's just a lot of big humpy gravel in there. Because of the design of that boat, it gets like as close as I could get it would be to that log. You're kind of fighting this fast water and it's extremely challenging. So what's my best option? Just carry everything down to the calm water down there. You need a different boat design for this kind of water when you're getting into really shallow stuff, and the keels get caught up on the gravel, and it's like when you can't even push it back out again. It just keeps sliding on gravel as you're trying to push it out. Just one of those little nuances here that seems simple enough, but I've tried that enough times now that like when the water's at this type of elevation, that I know it's not even worth it, and it's just a very frustrating thing to deal with. You're getting pushed around. The river just does whatever it wants with you, so I'm just gonna stage this pallet, everything, the 2 solar panels back in the bush there. Yeah, at least whatever, it'll be here next year, so. That's where they will stay for this winter, ready for next year. But if I do have some more clearing in that area next year, probably the Starlink will just stay on that side. It's a question of removing trees. Yeah. One last little thing to do up there. When it rains really hard, water is coming in to the building. I had put some caulking that was not even made for tin roof, so it was all I had. But I do have some foam gasket now, so install that. My guess is rain was coming down here, hitting this. Just getting too far over that way. Yeah, how's that going in there? That's water for you. That was some terrible caulking. Whatever I put in there didn't even... It was clearly not the right stuff. Anyway, made a mess of things, that's for sure. I'd say that foam is much too robust. This stuff it's just not working, just a little too heavy duty. Can't quite squish it down. Awesome, how do you get that in there? Well, that should stop the leak. Water was just kind of sneaking in through the edges there. Yeah, no, that should be good. I'm gonna change out the wood stove with a custom one that my neighbors down the river are making. But I have to change this one out. This one that I have down there, it's you can get by with it, but it's just, I don't know, it's more of a boutique stove. It's not really designed for super cold climates or anything. It's just kind of, yeah, it's just like, doesn't hold, doesn't give off tons of heat, can't fit a lot of wood in there, you can't really choke it off well. It's an old beat up stove, so I got it for free. I can't really complain. I could use it somewhere else in the future. This door went a lot easier than the last one. We have here the weather stripping for the doors. It is a surface mount screw-on. So here you have a bit of a gap here. Just a little crack like that on those extreme cold days can drastically reduce your heating efficiency in a cabin or what have you. So here, door's flush. That is flush. I was going to paint all this stuff up next year, but you know what? I got the paint out already from painting the window trim. I can at least paint the inside, do all this outside part here in the spring next year, because otherwise I'm just letting all the cold air in the building. One for the top of the door and two for the sides. Here's the game plan. Think, Shawn, think. If only I had all this shiplap made, I would just nail it on right now, guys. I don't have it made. It's going to be a while. What can I say? This is a mess in here. Everything is a mess. Crazy mess. Here's the plan. Organize the heck out of everything right now. I have to put shelves up again and take them down again. But this will be the last room to get the shiplap on. Shelves are so crucial. You really don't realize it until you don't have any. The fridge can stay. All this will be cleaned out. All this will be cleaned out. Organized. Put on shelves. In here. This will be the last room to get done. This will give me all the space in the world to build to get all the shiplap on. Do all the trim around the doors, around the windows, up there. Do the, what do you call it there? Loft. That's the word. Finish it. Finish it. That's why it would be nice to have a garage. The shed helps a lot. I'm telling you, that little shed over there, that really is... I'd really be having a tough time with even more stuff all over. That's what I look forward to, that day when everything just has its place and is perfectly organized. Not that it really matters if this is level or not, but don't want to develop any bad habits. I found this here garlic. We didn't know I had it store-bought, but I thought, you know, it's sprouting, so you can plant it before winter, and then I'll put some mulch over top of it. I guess that was probably like 20 or 30 cloves, so I'm ahead of the game for next year. I'll plant some more. I may as well do oh, here's a stray worm just floating around here. I'll put a stick here to mark where I finished. Oh, here, I'll just leave this here. That's where I finished off. There to there. This gardening stuff is fun. First thing I can do is start with new spark plugs. Well, I'll start whatever. Start with the spark plugs and then move on to the next thing. A couple brand new ones here. Brand new. The older one has more gap. When I say gap, I mean between the thing and the thing. Where's that? There. Look at that. That's nice. Sounds better. Just let it warm up a bit more. Note to self, always keep new spark plugs on hand. Gotta really wire that into my brain. More spark plugs. Well, there we go. It's getting organized in here. I moved all the vegetables over to the little cabin. Well, that weather stop sure has a way of bringing the door together. Lovely. Good morning, got everything I need. I'm gonna hit the trail. Do some trail work. Obviously another mess, gotta be cleaned up. Organized, wood, firewood, blah, blah, blah. Here we have the generator. I'll set the solar panels up in the spring. I can't remember, I'm sorry if I mentioned this in another video already, but I'm not gonna set the solar panels up along the river, even though that's the best spot for the sun. They just look terrible. It kills the wilderness look. You can see it from the other side of the river. You just kind of foul up the place, and they have to go way back somewhere, out of sight, or relatively out of sight. That's where I stand on the solar panels. There's a lot of water in this one. I really have to be careful when there's this much water in the boat. I can't really empty it where I'm standing though. A little bit. So I have an excavator coming. It's not a big one for the road easement here. So I have no plans to turn this into any road or anything. All I'm doing is knocking down a few of the bad spots. Might take a day, it might take 3 days. I have no idea, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just I had so many issues with the snowmobile, and the back part of the trail is just so rough and bumpy. So this is never gonna be anything other than a trail. I don't like, it'll be good for an ATV and good for the snowmobile still. Just a little better, a little smoother and less dangerous. So that's the deal on that. Also, I have to go to the post office, rip over to the village. Allegedly, there's something there for me. I just kept thinking about that snowmobile. There was one time in particular where I rolled it really good. I really got to make this just a safer, smoother path. I even thought about not using a snowmobile at all this year, but they're too much fun. Anyway, safety first, like I always say. I'm just waiting for the machine to get here. Let's go to the post office, get this mystery package, and then head right back. How about that, all the way from Norway, so thank you Tufta. New clothing to try out. Excited to see what they have. How cool is that? This is true slime here. And it's soft. You can go down deep. It comes with 2 buckets. I'm going to leave one behind because I do believe I'm going to have to pull myself through using the bucket. I tell you, I've seen some operators that are unbelievable. Hats off to you guys and gals. Amazing. Like just watching them do this perfect slope for hundreds of meters, you know, at 30 degrees or whatever, you know, and they're just like, they're so skilled, they can just feather things. My apologies to all professional operators everywhere. I can get by, but I'm not a pro. Disaster of a hill here. Here's that hump, big old hump. This one already lost a tooth, so I mean, this ground isn't even hard. There's no rocks here. This is already looking better. Hello, bears? Bear? Okay, should have did this months ago. Yeah, it's like this one went in, no problem. Then you go to put this one in, it's almost like this hole needed to be over this way more. I bought these as a package together, but the door, for whatever reason, the holes are in the exact spot. It's almost like this hole had to be half an inch that way. So you know what, it's cabin good. I wouldn't let this go on a, you know, a fancy house in the suburbs or something, but here, this one's flush, and that one is like recessed in there quite a ways. Good day. One of the last nice days for a while, according to the forecast. Well, first of all, I have the excavator for like 6 more days, and I won't need it. It won't take 6 days to do what I need to do. Today being one of the last nice days, I'm just going to do some of the things I would rather do while it's nice and not in the rain. I have extra thick doors. I've looked online. The door handle kits they don't fit on a door that thick. It's almost like you need to order some custom parts. And I looked online and I spent a bunch of time. There's not a lot out there for extra thick doors. Either that or I haven't looked in the right places. You have these really long screws and everything inside. You can't, once you get any thicker, then the screws will not reach. Maybe I could figure out some sort of door handle. Anyway, maybe I could make something from scratch. Might be fun, but it can be awfully time consuming, but whatever. Yeah, so can ordering stuff. So I guess whatever. wrapping this tar paper around was not a good idea. Looks like there's some on the outside. I gotta get those cork stickers on there. Not smart, man. I could feel that warm air on my hands. It's two. Look at that. I'm down to my last couple of screws. Just enough. Well, there we have it. Those windows didn't go as quick as I thought. I thought I'd have them in like 2 hours, but it took about 5. But anyway, they're in, and there's still lots I can do. Yeah. There's hardly a fire in there, and this place is warm. The place is totally buttoned up, 100%. It could withstand any sort of cold. These are screwed in, obviously, so I could just pull them off and put some foam in there after, if I have to. Might have to do that. guys. There you go. Just knocking down mud, leveling it out, and that's it. Well, I lost the track. Like, I remember being around watching guys put them back on. I don't remember. Not too sure how to do this. I might have to go watch a video or something. I'll give it a shot first. I was trying to back up and turn around. Didn't seem like I was making all that tight of a turn. I'm surprised it came off. I go back, watch some videos, and then the day's gone. My other option is to get one of the highly skilled neighbors in the area and see if they're available. And if they're not available, then I'll go watch some videos, do some Google homework, get the track back on. But I think my best option now is to get one of the very highly skilled neighbors. I think I could get it with enough time, but I don't know. And I seem to recall there was 2 or 3 people helping the operator, so that was years ago. I don't know, man. We're off. Dang, Shawn. Why? I've learned more in the last year and a half here than I have in the last 10 years combined. That says something. From the horse's mouth here, it sounds like that tracks were not tightened enough, because it shouldn't come off that easily, is what I hear. You know, that machine, I've only operated it for less than 3 hours so far total. So far it's lost a tooth in the track. I don't think it is operator error.
I think they got that stove out at his place now. Maybe a 19 millimeter.
Oh, got the military out here. So many of the people that live in this area, not just these neighbors, but a lot of the neighbors are all very awesome here. And I think you're kind of nothing without your neighbors in these situations. And
what I did here, Shawn, just so you can see, just thread it out and there's a gap in the threads.
Yeah.
You just thread it out till you see that gap.
Right.
And then you just do a ratchet strap from here around this guy and you can hook it right back into here.
Okay.
And you just tighten that up and the whole thing retracts.
Get out.
You can see the slides right here.
You can
Looks at it here.
And that light of a track, now like this, you can set this down a little bit.
Yeah.
And one guy can easily manhandle that on.
Get out.
A little bit more. Good.
So
you're gonna do sprocket first?
yeah, we're gonna get the sprocket first.
Oh, these lovely things to get in.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's the sprocket's on now.
Come along on the wheel, pulled this wheel back, came back about 3 inches. Tightening it up with grease.
Yeah, you can see it moving there.
You can hear it. That was my fault, I distracted you.
No, I wasn't thinking about the boom.
I'll edit that out of the video there. What would I do without my neighbors? I can't believe the grease made that big of a difference for tightening a track.
That's all it took.
How's the other track? Is it? I'll check it.
What do you call this technique?
It's a dousing.
Dousing, that's it. Dousing rod. We're looking for a tooth from the machine. No more rolling off the snowmobile. They knew exactly what was needed. Come along and grease gun, a bunch of other things, and then I learned some really cool tricks that you're gonna learn in person watching someone. When you're tight, when you're in the bush, I mean, if you're in a wide open area, it's okay to work on them in the night. But I think in these tight spaces in here, you're right next to a tree. You can't really. There's lights and stuff on it, but you can't really get a good sense of awareness. So. On the trail, gonna go back to the cabin and also, and quickly, I did get some comments on the last video. Plywood doors over there, they're gonna warp. I don't think they will. Here's why, because this one's 4 years old. It's built the identical way. It's almost the identical size. Plywood, insulation in the middle. This door is perfectly straight. And it's always been perfectly straight. It's never warped. I don't know, it's built identical to the door I just showed you. This is dry, bone dry plywood. Bone dry plywood. All this lumber here was from the sawmill that was milled up in the springtime. It's bone dry. It had some surface moisture on it, but it wasn't by any means green lumber. So far the doors are straight, and they'll probably be straight by next year. Not very exciting for the camera. I suspect anything I do when I get back to the cabin tonight will probably be more exciting than this. So knock down humps, fill in the gaps. Sort of the safety factor is improved for sure. I don't really have to worry about landing on my head again, rolling the snowmobile over 10 times.